Welcome back to Strawberry of the Day, a podcast for people who are into self-compassionate self-development. Hell yeah, we got a tagline. Today's strawberry is kind of an abstract one, but it is the fact that no one can see inside of your head. And what a blessing and a curse that is. I don't know if I should look at the screen or at the camera. I've yet to figure that out. But that is, that is just about sums it up. I have so many things. I have so many ideas about how I want the things that I'm working on to look, to sound, to be. And I know exactly what I want in my head. I know how I want the songs that I write to sound. I know how I want these videos to look. But I can't always replicate that in real life. If you've ever drawn on a piece of paper and you've thought, okay, I'm gonna draw a penguin. Well, you know what a penguin looks like, but you go to draw a penguin. In your head, you've got the penguin, but you just can't make it quite right. You know what I'm talking about? Like, in theory, the proportions are, you can think about it, but you can't. This was a thing that happened to me recently. I was like, I can't draw a penguin. I need a reference photo. And even then, I can't make it happen the way it is happening in my head. People can't, nobody knows what the finished product of your song, your video, your work project, your house project, is supposed to look like, sound like in your head. And that is a blessing and a curse, because it frees you from, when you realize this, it frees you from the pressure that you put on yourself, that, everyone's gonna know that this isn't what I wanted it to be, because they don't know. I think a really good example, maybe better than my penguin example, is music. I write music, and I just write with my guitar over there. Or that's still Kristen's guitar. I write songs on guitar and piano, but in my head, I've got the whole symphony built out. I've got all the percussion and the electric guitar and the bass and everything. Like, I can hear it exactly how I want it to be, but I don't have the resources to make that sound happen. And it absolutely kills me that I can't express the idea the way I want to, the concept of the song the way I want to others. But all others hear is the beautiful song that I've written on guitar or piano. It's bare form. And it's liberating. It's liberating when you realize the perfectionist standard that you set for yourself is set by yourself, for yourself. And the degree of expectation that others have of you is not anywhere near as, severe as the degree of standard that you set for yourself. If you are a overachiever type, which you are probably if you're watching this. Not that anyone's watching this, but I need to stop saying that, because eventually people are going to watch it, and then they're going to be like, what is she talking about? I need to step into the mindset that people are actually listening. But I have found myself held back in many areas of my life because I can't get the thing to look how it looks in my head. Literally, there's nothing worse than inaction that occurs because of perfectionism. You cannot hold yourself back anywhere in any worse of a way than perfectionism, because it's it's 100% self-imposed. And when you realize that, it kind of makes you feel like an idiot. I'm like, really? I'm not. I'm like, well, I guess I'll just not make my songs because I can't make them perfect. What? I'm not going to make my videos because I can't make them perfect. It is ridiculous. So, we're going to talk about a little, like, couple little reframes to fix this mindset. First of all, thinking about it as a blessing, instead of a curse that you can't get it to be what you want, but a blessing that you are the only one that has that, I don't know, that like ideal version of it in your head. That wasn't a very good way of saying it. Oh well. I think a more actionable reframe is imposing limits on yourself when you are finding yourself in a state of inaction due to perfectionism. So, for instance, with this project, I initially was going to just make every thumbnail like the first, like the screen of me, the first screenshot of me starting the camera. But I was like, I really want to have a pretty YouTube page with pretty little thumbnails, but I'm not going to be able to make them perfect. And that it's gonna take too much time, and I want this to be like a reasonable effort. Like I want to put effort into this, but not be thinking about it and worrying about it and stuff. So I imposed a time limit on myself. 10 minutes of filming, 5 minutes for thumbnail. Literally, I keep myself from over-editing, overthinking, oh, what image am I gonna pull like from Pinterest or whatever? What text am I gonna do? And I don't let myself go back and change it. And I think that combination of having like you're thinking of your ideal perfect version as like your own secret inspiration, and then imposing a time limit or an energy like any type of output limit on yourself. Like I'm only going to invest this much money into this whatever venture. I'm only going to work out for like I'm only going to work out for an hour, because if I think, oh, I'm just going to work out as much as I possibly can to get closer to my goals, like you're going to burn yourself out if you push too hard toward the perfectionist side of the scale. Or you're going to go to the inaction side of the scale and sit there paralyzed by the fact that you can't do it right or right enough. So find yourself somewhere in the middle. Take inspiration from your own perfectionism, but also reel it in, be realistic, and set a standard that is attainable and works for now, is good enough. I think a lot of us, that phrase good enough is like haunting, because we're trying to avoid doing anything incorrectly for fear of judgment, failure, whatever. Honestly, already I've like listened to my videos from like 2 weeks ago. I'm like, that wasn't good enough. But that standard is set by me. Nobody else knows about it. And I should let that standard just be what I strive for, and not something that keeps me from striving. It's such a paradox. Perfectionism should drive you, not hold you back. Because it's never going to be perfect. Nothing in life is ever going to be exactly how you envision it. And that feels like a curse. Like, oh, my videos will never be what I want them to be. They'll never see the light of, my songs will never see the light of day in the way I hear them in my head. But that's okay. Enjoy your own inspiration. Enjoy the perfection that you aspire to. Let it be inspiration. Let it be aspirational. But don't let it become paralyzing. Because paralysis from perfectionism is kind of a bullshit reason not to try. So that's your strawberry. Go have a wonderful day. And don't let perfectionism paralyze you. Bye.